Okay, so we've got the Atari Star Wars cockpit coming up. Online prices right now, you've seen them go as high as $5,000 for a good condition 25-inch Amplifone monitor version. This is the 19-inch version, but we're in an environment right now where things are getting overbid like crazy. I'm going to estimate that it sells for $2,600. We're going to be involved, but we're going to be kind of being standoffish. And the wood's in kind of rough shape. I'm not really sure. We have some cockpits that we've never been able to put out, but a good Star Wars cockpit is still super valuable and super rare. So they're already at $2,000. Now this is for a broken Star Wars, so we'll see how it goes. I could have been a little off on my estimate. I'm not particularly interested in another broken Star Wars, but if it was working, we'd be all over this one. All right, so it ended at 25.5, I think is what they said. 25.50. Oh wait, guys, it came up right then. So the game is now working. It did come up toward the end of the bidding. It looked a little rough, but it was working. So that's why I got to that 25.50. So we've talked to a couple of people here. Apparently, there are a couple of the arcade resellers here that are desperate for Christmas stock, and they're all bidding against each other. So right now we're seeing a Bad X-Men 4-player go for $13.50. Prices that would never happen in a normal environment, but it's pretty exciting. All right, so we paid a little bit of money before for a Dynamo Cut corner in really good shape, but we're about to see about $1,000 on a kind of rough Street Fighter 2 with a decent monitor. It was one of the cabinets that we were like, hey, if it goes in that $400 or $500 level, we'll go ahead and grab. But someone is, people are here to buy their whole collection, which is good for the auction, but it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to pile up a bunch of cabinets today. We'll see. Sometimes what'll happen is everyone will spend a lot of money on the first games and it'll really slow down as we get into the later stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Still a lot of games to go. It's moving pretty slow. Could get interesting. Armor Attack's a pretty good game. So that was a really cool Cinematronic Armor Attack. We've got a buyer here that I don't recognize, and that was just kind of like feeling them out to see where we're going to end up. Not a great game, but a classic game, which we tried not to put too many of those on the floor. I would have liked to add it to the collection, but I kind of thought that the price got a little high, so I backed off. Some really interesting stuff, some cool stuff coming up. We got an Atari Food Fight that's completely dead, but could just go for way more money than we're expecting. Oh my gosh, all right. So, Atari Food Fight's a good game. This one is in rough shape. So, it looks like it's complete. It's something we've been trying to add. We've kind of gone through some different versions of, we might actually get this one actually. Hold on. All right, so we're pretty pumped actually about that. It's a complete Food Fight. It's not working right now, but we'll be working on it. So nice to add to the collection. Maybe a little high given its condition, but we're here to buy, and that's only our second arcade we bought. Really interesting. All right, so right now $700 for $675 for a broken conversion Smash TV. It's not dedicated, and there's really no reason to buy a Smash TV that's not dedicated. Really amazing. Just incredible. Yeah, and the monitor's completely dead, and the speaker was having pot issue. I mean, it's a rough game. And that's kind of what you would see a very nice conversion sell for, or a mildly rough dedicated. So really crazy, really interesting to watch, but people are here to spend money today. All right, so it's a little rough. That's not even a bad deal right now. We are way overstocked. You saw probably 4 of them during the walkthrough. I was interested. I was hoping we could like kind of snag it for $600-700. And so you're seeing kind of a reserve. We're low on space. You've seen our warehouses. But it seems like prices are starting to mellow. So I think we're about to start being able to buy some stuff without it just being, a game that we really, really need. We can just kind of add some random collection pieces. That said, we've got a Shinobi coming up that has a completely destroyed monitor. It's barely working. And I'm calling that it's still going to get up to $450, maybe $500. And it has absolutely, it's not worth that. It's in really rough shape, but based on the kind of atmosphere I've seen, I think that's what's about to happen. All right, so the game turned off in the middle of the auction, but it does look like prices are starting to mellow. I had predicted that one would be closer to $450, $500. It sold for $350, so I think we're on the downward slope. I think the home buyers are starting to kind of fade. I guess we'll see. There's still a lot of games to sell.